Hello again, friend. May your path be blessed.
again. we falter in our vigilance, our rigorousness for even the briefest moment, see how malevolence and greed and weakness can twist the souls of those who once swore a solemn oath, and then turn them away from the light of our eternal lady. Look, you men, at the wickedness which can take root within the walls of our own house if we falter in our vigilance, our rigorousness for even the briefest moment. See how malevolence and greed and weakness can twist the souls of those who once swore a solemn oath, and then turn them away from the light of our eternal lady, where they skulk and plot in shadow, waiting until they can enact their most foul betrayals. But above all else, what will be the fate of all traitors who submit to sin?
Can you hear it now?
Oh, is your dad going up and change the sprinklers or something?
I don't know.
Oh,
No.
it's going somewhere.
Can you hear it now, Allie? You can hear it? Ah. Bell, Caleb, what are you doing? Because he is. He just is a large man. Shit. You're not gonna do your... Okay, he's... These bell-headed men have an attack after they put energy on their weapon, where they tap their bell head, and it causes a huge explosion that one-shots everything.
You know, change the sprinklers around.
Okay, Tony. I love how pouches of ammunition, you use them by holding them in your hand and crushing them. You okay, Tony?
Yeah.
sounded like you hurt yourself. I doubt that really matters, Tony.
Your dad notices the tiniest little bit.
Tony, it's fine. Yeah, Tony accidentally scratched a little bit of paint off the walls, and he's like worried my dad's gonna be upset at him or something. When it. Hi, Harley. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Okay. Right now I'm using a giant sword that does a bunch of frostbite buildup. It's actually a quality weapon, but it has a little bit of magic damage on it. There's quite a few weapons like that in this game that are mostly physical scaling, but have a tiny bit of magic scaling on them. Not scaling, but damage. I'm also using a crossbow that has an automatic loading lever on it, so that you don't have to reload it manually after each shot. It just loads itself. It's my favorite crossbow right now because it's just very useful. Yeah. Yeah, there's frost bolts, but you have to make them. I don't exactly remember how you get the recipe, sadly. There are. Those can actually be farmed from you know those underground like skeletal men that have like the white. I'm sorry. Yes. Those are the best. Those are the best ice arrows that you can find. The ones you have to make. So now, because of how my brain works, I'm starting to say things like, "That's very large, Caleb."
Angel, what? Angel, Angel, come on. Come on.
Switch to something else for this.
Sitting there and rebelling is not going to stop the dragon. I'm so glad we have that soda now.
Me too. Yeah. There's magic great arrows, but they're like impossible to get. I don't know why the golem great arrows are like impossible to get. Like I understand they're good, but did their drop rate have to be that low? That would be interesting. Nope, not doing that. I now have a head. I have a head flail. That, believe it or not, I could actually use this on this build. Look, it's just a statue head on a flail. Is it being held by a little man? Yes, it is. Look, it's the head, statue head, but then it's being held by a tiny man. It's a very interesting design for a weapon. Most frost weapons in this game are quality. Like, this is a quality frost weapon, this is a quality frost weapon, these are quality frost weapons. Yeah, it's just Dark Souls 3. They're called like ice. The ones you can craft are called ice bone.
Ooh, my bones are cold.
Yeah, there's drawstring ice grease in the game, but it's not available to get. Like, it's in the code, but it's not available to get. And I think if the game detects that you have it in your inventory, you can get in trouble. Cool.
How dare you own panties?
Hi, Ozzy. So for some reason in this game, there's a... Okay, so poison plus umbral damage in this game is really good. Because umbral damage, what it will do is it'll make a certain portion of the enemy's remaining health turn white, and any hit after that will take that remaining health away and deal the normal damage you're going to do anyways. If you inflict an enemy with poison, it'll just repeatedly start taking that white portion of health away every single time the poison tick happens. In this game, there is a throwable item you can get called the Umbral Burrower that just does a bunch of wither damage, so enemies are constantly getting white health, and you can then poison them and they'll constantly be losing the white health, which just essentially creates even stronger poison. It's really funny. I can show you what exists, but you can make... No. You really have a deep hatred for Fextra Life, huh? There's a few grammar mistakes in
Grandma mistakes?
yeah, there's a few grandma mistakes in their current version of the Lords of the Fallen wiki. Also, I don't know, but all I can say is that there are some rune slots, blood gem slots in this game that can take anything, that can take any rune shape. And for some reason, instead of calling them an all rune, they're calling them meta runes. Because everything has to be meta in a Souls-like. And there's even people going, can you please stop calling them meta runes? And there's like an editing war on the wiki where some person keeps calling them meta runes, and another person turns it back into all runes, and they turn it back into meta runes, and it just keeps happening over and over. It's hilarious. I don't know what the people that made the game want to call them. I'm just gonna call them all runes because they can take everything. So, oh, cool. Where the fuck am I? I've never explored this part of the game. I usually just beat that boss and then move on to the next part of the game. So I've literally never seen. Ow, fucker. Jesus Christ. People in this place have no respect for Large Caleb. He's too large, he's too Caleb. Everybody's afraid of him. Or jealous. They're either afraid or jealous of Large Caleb. Who can tell? All of Fumero's descendants are really annoying. A lot of people just kind of say to parry the Thumero Elder and are like, or Thumero descendants, they just kind of parry them and hope for the best. Yeah, that's the thing about strength builds. The damage curve is really weird. Just anything other than dex builds will usually have because skill. It's called skill in Bloodborne. Skill directly affects how much visceral attack damage you do. So like, yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah. Yeah, visceral attack damage is directly affected by how much skill you have. I've seen some people just beat bosses by getting one visceral attack opportunity, and then all the rest of their health just goes away. It's really funny.
Look at your thumbnail.
Is that me fighting Large Caleb?
Yeah, Large Caleb about to bring his hammer upon the other Large Caleb.
That's an amazing thumbnail. Do you like the name I gave the stream?
Lards with the fat. Fortnite OG. Fortnite OG. RTX 4090 24 gigabytes. And the thumbnail is Chun-Li doing party hips.
I'm gonna fight another boss. This one is okay. I'm fighting Stinky Johnny. Oh, well, I just died because the game stuttered. So, is that a quest line? What was that then? What was that then, huh? Why did the game completely stop and then everything froze and he, for some... What just happened? That's really stupid. All I can say is, as long as the frames are consistent, that's all that matters to me. Cool attack. I'm gonna kick him. He's trying to kill me with poison. I'm the only one that's allowed to do that. Well, watch this enemy. I killed him. You're gonna think I killed him, but then watch what he does. He's coming for me. And then he super dies. for real this time. I personally think this game is great. It just has a lot of that last patch that they had to undo, or like semi undo. They really had to. They really made a lot of people really upset with that patch, because it was like, it was literally just, oh, you have boss weapons you maxed out? No, you didn't. Oh, you used chunks for those? No, you didn't. They're gone now. And they're like, oh, don't worry, we made it so that the amount of chunks in the amount for chunks you have to pay in the online only store is halved. So now you only have to pay 150 of the really hard to get online coins that you will barely get, because it's very difficult to even play with people online in this game because the net code is absolute fucking garbage. But don't worry, you can get them. We promise. No, it's not even spending a few dollars, it's spending time. Because you have to spend a bunch of time to get a connection with somebody, and then after that, you have to spend even more time to hopefully complete a run with somebody. And if that doesn't happen, if you disconnect or the player dies or gives up, you just miss out on all the time you just spent trying to get some of those coins.
Charlie.
Yeah, that's the main issue. That's what took a few days for the devs to understand, that people weren't upset that their chunks were taken away. They were upset that they wasted time. Like, if I knew that that build I made that used two like really cool swords that dual wielded those swords, if I knew that was going to happen to that build, I would have just waited to upgrade them. Because, like, why do that to someone's build? It makes no sense to me. It's like, imagine somebody spent a lot of time making cookies, and then you just come in and throw all the cookies in the trash because someone said they don't like chocolate chip, and you made one chocolate chip cookie, and the rest. Yeah, they came in and somehow removed all the chocolate chips of the cookie, which destroyed the cookies. And we're like, don't worry, you can just make more without the chocolate chips. Yeah, let me warp back to the hub and show you like the main issue. Well, can you watch the stream for a second? Okay. So you're seeing the truth about Large Caleb right now. There's nothing inside that head of his. His brain is completely empty. So, okay, so from the start of the hub, from the main hub, like the bonfire, the skeleton man, you go over here, you go down here, past these two guys, and right here there is a shrine. So, at this shrine, you can purchase the max upgrade material for weapons, but you can only do that online. And you do it with an in-game currency that you get by doing successful boss kills while co-oping with someone. So if you don't play off online, say you don't have PSN like me, you literally could not use this shrine to get the discounted upgrade materials. Also, there's a dog you can pet. Huh? This dog can't die. No. All I'll say, Allie, is that this dog is very important. Pet this dog as often as you can when you eventually play the game. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, how else would you have realized about that? Okay. But would you have pet it like 200 plus times like I did? Oh look, it's Captain Dumb. I hate this guy.
You, with all the assistance I've given you so far, it's time you return the favor and do something for me.
I will eventually, don't worry.
By someone very now I must have dropped my book of lineage during the fight. I won't have proof of my birthright lying disrespected in the dirt somewhere. Find it and bring it back.
This guy thinks he's like the next in line to rule, but he's just some cunt. Like, you can't attack people here. Yeah.
Our holy work continues, like fellow sanctified vessel.
What do you mean?
Glorious divine radiance flow through me and into you.
I'll be back. Ow!
This guy? Yeah, this guy. This is Spark. This is Sparky. He is this woman's slave, and this woman is a horrible racist.
You should be able to kill them.
Yes, you can kill this lady. One of the endings of the game, you can kill her. You actually, for one of the endings of this game, you have to kill her. Yeah, for being a horrible racist slave owner, yeah, she deserves to die. It's a little crusty. Explain. I want your take. What about this game looks weird? Large Caleb. Large Caleb moment. Jesus Christ. What? Large Caleb. Do fat characters in this game just have giant dumpies? You can make your characters extremely large in this game, by the way. In fact, let me actually, I'm not going to make a new character, but I am going to just show you how big a character can get in this game. So I'm going to go back to the title screen. I'm sorry? I just want you to see. So I'm going to skip the intro so that you don't get spoiled. Just whatever, Hollow Knight, body. Yeah. Yeah. And you can also have characters be extremely thin. Skeletal. And then you can have them be ripped. Like, so ripped that their polygons don't look right. That's a shoulder. So, literally the top four. Okay, so there's Nightman, who is Nightman. He starts with a sword and shield and a grenade. Then there's a furry. He
Homer
has
Simpson?
Yeah. Then there's Homer Simpson. This is Homer Simpson. He's the strength build archetype. Then there's man with spear and heavy armor. Or not man with spear, man with flail and heavy armor and a crossbow. If you want to start with a crossbow, you should pick this man. Then there's a man with spear. The bottom three, these three, by the way, these are ones you unlock after getting an ending. So if you don't want me to show you those, because they could be spoilers, I won't. Okay.
I mean, they're not really spoilers.
Yeah.
They're just classes.
Then there's man with bow and axe. You could probably tell what aesthetic. Yeah, you could probably tell exactly what aesthetic they're going for with this. Then there's a dual dagger Johnny. The dex build start. He comes with a poison buff, which you only get 3 uses of, so make them count until you can buy more. Then there's Holy Caster Man, who only starts with 1 spell, and it's not a healing one. And then there's the Pirate Cultist, who starts off with 1 fire spell, and you will only have that 1 fire spell for a long time if you start with this class. Fair warning. It is. It basically is, except he has like a little witch mask. Oh, and here's the one you wanted to start as.
It's actually not a really hard start either. It's actually just really good for leveling up.
Yeah, if you start with this character, you will actually level up a little bit faster than the other characters do, because you start at level 1. And he starts with a broken bucket as a weapon. It's a fist weapon. Now here's 3 of the 4 unlockable classes. I don't know how to unlock the 4th one. So then there's Radiant Purifier, which is literally just Orion Preacher but better, and a cowboy. He starts off with an endgame halberd, an endgame casting tool, 3 radiant spells instead of just 1, and a pendant that boosts all the damage he'll do. So if you can unlock this class and you don't start playing the game as the Orion Preacher, just use this guy on your next build because he will be very good. Then there's the Lord, which is literally just Pirate Cultist but better. They start with very cool armor that has a tail, a great axe, 3 fairly good fire-based spells, and some rings that will help you wear heavier armor. That's just the mask. You can change that out at any point. And then there's Putrid Child. Do you want to see Putrid Child?
What a putrid child.
Putrid Child is basically... A lot of people say he is one of the worst starting classes, and I can kinda see it, because one of my... You'd have to do one of the hardest endings to get first if you're gonna get Putrid Child. So Putrid Child starts with a Umbral Sword that has a little bit of Frostbite, an Umbral Casting Tool, 3 Umbral spells that are okay, and a pendant that lets you keep casting spells without MP, but you lose health instead of using MP. Yeah, and the thing about that, I'm sorry. It's called the Dark Crusader. It's basically Hollowed Knight, but better. It's basically a mixture of Hollowed Knight and Orient Preacher. But instead of starting out... The what? Condemned? Fair. I'm just gonna give you a little... Cockwood? Cockwood man? God. Why is the summon you have not helping you, Tony?
I don't know why he's not helping. But I just lost half my lives. Because he hasn't been helping me.
He's literally just not helping. He's... He's not... What it... This... Okay. All I'm gonna say about Tony right now is a useless summon alert. You can't.
Yeah, that's not just something you could do.
You actually can't black crystal people.
I legitimately can't believe I summoned a dude to help me beat this boss early, and he just fucking...
Stood around.
Was the most useless summon ever. Nah, this actually pisses me off. Because I was literally waiting hours for a fucking summon. Stop playing this game. I just started playing!
So, Allie, look at the screen. I made an overweight condemned woman. It's a mixture of these 3. You can get more. It's a grandma. I made a grandma. Old. Oh, there's more exact ones. Old-aged. Middle-aged. She kind of does. I'm just gonna try to make a cursed-looking woman. And give her very... I'm gonna try to give her a really big nose. Well, that's a good nose. This is a... Oh, I doubt it. I bet. Look at her lips. Cheekbones. I gave her a huge double chin. What? That's not even a double chin. That's like that's like a that's like a chicken. Like the meat that chickens have on their necks. A giblet. Yeah. I gave her a giblet. I'm gonna make her blue. She takes. She's one of those people that thinks that you can. She takes collided silver, so she's blue. She thinks that silver is a. She thinks that silver is a cure-all, so she drinks a lot of silver fluid, and it made her blue. It could be. Back in this time, they probably would have believed that silver was a cure-all. Let's see. I'd have to start her off as the future child. Look at this body type in this armor. I should give her tattoos. I should give her tattoos. I'm gonna give her a tattoo that purposefully matches the color of her skin so that you can't see it. There we go. You have to look very careful to see that tattoo. What type of tattoo should she have on her back? Once again, I think I'm just going to give her a tattoo that's like exactly the same color as her back, so it's almost impossible to see. Why did it go back to... Jesus. Okay, what should her name be? What about Brock's mom? You know who Brock is, right? Okay. Brock is a little blue man from what is it? God of War.
God of Gore.
He's a little blue man. He's a little blue man that swears a lot from God of War. So this is going to be Brock's mom. Actually, no. I can think of a better name. I need to think of a better name. Tinnitus. I don't know why that name sounds it sounds like it fits, but tinnitus just feels right. Wait. Tinnitus Tina.
Two of them?
There's not supposed to be two of them. So does Tinnitus Tina fit?
Either two.
Alright. I will start the game as Tinnitus Tina. She can keep her pants on.
Let me use.
So you said you wanted to just kill her as fast as possible? I don't know if there's a cliff in the opening area I can jump off of, to be honest. Okay, jump down. No, that falls too short to kill. I can have these men kill me. Okay, do it again, boys. And so ends the story of Tinnitus Tina. Ignore this. Ignore this. She didn't come back.
God, this lock-on system is fucking garbage.
Okay, holding the lamp. Are you ready to see her be deleted? She's gone forever. Look. I don't know. Look, it's Rhonda. The top one's me. This is me. As close as I can get it. I brought my mom in and everything to try and get my hair right. Or my face right. Because that's just what I do when I make me in a game like this. I just try to get my face as close as possible. Like in Dark Souls 3, it's actually like scary how close I got my face to how I look in real life. Yeah, this is Rhonda. Here's another character. I don't think no, this is Zelos. This is Zelos's alternate universe gender bent counterpart. Here's Comet. I haven't made Cosmo yet. Alright. I'll make Cosmo. I picked Comet instead, I didn't. God damn it.
Seriously?
Yeah, here's Comet. This is what Comet looks like. He's a big silly man with a big silly hammer.
Oh my god, what is shooting me?
I would have just kept running through where you were going, Tony, because you were getting close to a new bonfire. Not load game. New game. Alright, so what do you think Cosmo would start with, like, as a build? I haven't made a character that uses Radiant Purifier yet. What color his eyes would be? His hair could stay the same. What color would it be? White hair. Yes. Do a Great Hammer. Great Hammer isn't used enough. Okay, so what type of body should he have? The Cosmo is not very thin. That is not fitting at all. He'll be large, muscular.
I think there's people out there who look at a large muscular person and be like, oh my god, that's not how it works.
Look at this man in his armor. This is the biggest, holiest man ever. I know exactly what type of build I'm going to do with him. There is a sword in this game that does 3 separate damage types and is huge as fuck, and I know exactly where to get it, and I think I'm going to use that. There he is, Big Cosmo. You okay, Tony?
Sometimes it feels like I'm not having fun with this game. I'm just not. I try to summon people, but it's physically impossible because nobody wants to play this game. I just hate single player games. It's fucking boring. Like, that's why I get bored of everything so fast. Because if I'm playing something and I am not able to do anything that has to do with anybody else, it just doesn't feel worth playing. Plus, this game is so fucking really hard. And I have to wait literally hours before anything is summoned. Or in the earlier case, I have to wait for a guy to come and stand there.
You okay, Tony?
Yeah.
What is that? Tony, do you hear that?
Yeah, it happens every time you go into this area.
That like the ambience of people screaming, like, no, don't do that.
Yep. I don't know why, but
There's like an area in this game that while you're going into it, you just hear a bunch of people screaming, no, don't kill me, stuff like that. It's just, I've never heard it before because I play with my volume, like, really low for some reason. Alright. I don't know. I just kind of play with my volume low. I don't know what it is, but I just do. So it's time to fight Large Caleb. This is Large Caleb. Any enemy that looks like this is Large Caleb. It was a really good Large Caleb fight. Now I get to see if I can beat this boss.
Give me that lamp.
It's Dr. Teeth. Yep. In what game? I don't know how shields are in that game, so I couldn't tell you. I guess it's a chance. I guess it's a chance to learn. Oh well, that was quick. I died. Oh, he's trying to cheese me. I lost my first life. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that boss does that. You can fight him multiple times throughout the game before the final confrontation. And if you kill him at any point before hit the final fight with him, it counts. Like, he'll stay dead. Because you're supposed to lose. It's a one-time chance at killing him with those other encounters. So if you beat him at the start of the game, or at any other point in the game where he'll randomly drop in and attack you, you'll like get his soul and everything. It's like if the pursuer ever only had like one life, and if you were able to kill the pursuer that first time, he would stay dead.
Always wondered if you're probably take it light. I don't know, but since it seems making you
I mean, but then again, you wouldn't be able to kill the pursuer later on and get a bunch of free Twinkling Titanite. Yeah, there's more than one of them. That's why I find it weird that there's a boss that's just called the Pursuer. That happens a lot in this game. There's a lot of, oh, neat boss, and then that boss comes back later immediately. I think literally the earliest time I've seen it happen, me and Tony beat this one boss called the Infernal Enchantress, who's like a fire witch lady, and then, like, I'm sorry? Yeah, literally a few more minutes into the level, she just appears like quite a few more times as just a normal enemy. I'm sure with some patience you could lure two of her up to each other so you could see two of them.
What are you whispering?
Just two infernal enchantresses.
Beat her?
All I'll say is that this game seems to have an issue with reusing bosses later as enemies. Which, I mean, Bloodborne did that too sometimes, but it wasn't as blatant as it is in this game. Yeah.
Is she whimpering or is that her breathing?
I think she's just breathing. I think Angel's fine.
She's breathing very oddly.
Let me listen. Oh, she's anxious. Yeah, she's just anxious. Yeah, our oldest dog, Angel, has separation anxiety, so whenever my dad leaves the house, she gets anxious.
I don't think she was actually breathing weird.
No, I've heard her breathe like that before, Tony. It's just her separation anxiety. Oh, look at him. He's got a cape now. Is that more dripped out than this, though? So I'm gonna stay with this. Do you want me to change it back to white? Because I can. I'll turn it back to white. Oh yeah, you can actually color your armor. You can find tinks. Yeah, you find stuff in the world called tinks, and it allows you to color your armor as you collect them. And you can put it on and remove it and stuff like that. It's really good. This game has a lot of good customization. I appreciate that. Oh, also, I'm going to tell you a little secret about the PS5 when you eventually get PS5. You know how, like, one of the main selling points for the PS5 is, like, the whole haptic feedback thing that controllers have? That, like, the controllers will, like the shoulder buttons will become harder to press or easier to press based on what action you're doing in a game. Turn that off as soon as you can. Just turn it off immediately. It's not even that it makes the game harder to play. It makes any game uncomfortable to play. Like, literally after one day of playing on my PS5, my fingers, like my pointer fingers, were sore because the game was fighting back every single time I was trying to do something in it. So, like, there's literally no reason to have haptic feedback on, because all it does is cause you, it just makes your fingers hurt. It did. Hell, I'd say just keep using your PS4 controller if you wanted. I've gotten used to the PS5 controller. But... Sorry? Do you have access to like a decent? Do you have access to like a decent third-party controller? Because I've used some third-party controllers that feel nice. Like I had a wired third-party controller that actually felt really nice to use, but like it also broke extremely fast because I guess the people that made it don't have quality control. Ow. So do you want to watch me fight the first actual boss or no? You want to save it for yourself? Okay. Okay, is he gonna give me... Is he gonna... Okay, he did. Sometimes... So this game has a thing where you can find places where you can place a temporary bonfire, and the first one you get, the first item you get, is supposed to be free. But sometimes the NPC that gives it to you, for no reason at all, just won't. No, he says the same dialogue as if he's about to give it to you for free, but then you just won't receive it. It's happened... Yeah, it's happened to me twice so far. Okay, so don't look at the screen if you don't want to get spoiled on the first boss, because I'm about to fight it. Okay. Oh, the game is... What happened? Sounds about right for a Souls-like. Sounds about right for a Souls-like. So it's a Souls-like.
It's probably too late to have rubber sponges.
Just call him.
Hey, did you guys already leave the store?
Yeah. We're about to open the garage.
Shit.
Did
Yeah,
you get
never mind.
sponges?
No, I didn't really remember. It's okay, never mind.
It's okay. We can just use a rag. I'm gonna mute my mic so you don't get the dogs assaulting your ears.
For you with your sacrifices, while I wish they were unnecessary. My does.
I had as one my name the holy, the church of the duty and ensuring while this she and her did at least, but now it is to the use the and deliver south Roga the aureus mirth.
Really? Awesome.
Not a useless, but when I speak well,
Awesome.
that laugh will be recognized. Of course, some people. My name, far more than was proven by. That's right. Defied only to be betrayed. So you'll understand.
Did you see what I put on Discord?
And to think when all to deliver
I put something on Discord.
I'm Piet, so too, whether contained with, should you bring them to me,
Yeah, it's
and they can bolster the power of my blood further still.
like
Beacons must be cleansed,
his pants
the
are too
hallowed
small.
sentinels restored, and Adir's malignancy eradicated. Through whatever is to come, fellow chosen of Aureus, we stand together in service of him.
Like, look, you'll just barely see it. That is really funny. That's pretty cool. Is it basically just kind of like a Symphony of the Night if it had multiplayer? Oh, that's really cool.
Careful. The Hallows cost all I wanted, but they deemed what's a poor.
That's also really cool.
But I know it doesn't.
Huh. I just had a very funny thought in my head. I mean, are you suggesting it on, like, are you suggesting it on the fact that are you suggesting it on the fact that I love Symphony of the Night, or? Okay, yeah, Symphony of the Night is. That's very interesting. Hmm. I might take. I'm. The leveling. One something strange about something strange about skill trees is I don't understand why some people like hate them with a strong passion. Hmm. How are you doing, Tony?
I assure you, I have dedicated my life to the teachings of Judge Cleric. My faith in her and her divine works is boundless.
Pray it is, for our immaculate lady's
That's
light
actually
will lay bare the truth. And in ignorance there is judgment.
they actually brought Allie. They actually brought that into I think they copied that in Lords of the Fallen. Lords of the Fallen copied that because based on what spell class you use, a specific status will build up on your character. Like if you use too like if you use too many radiant spells, bleed will build up on your character, and eventually you'll start bleeding if you use too many. And yeah, same thing with Lords of the Fallen. Like you can keep using like with Inferno spells. If you use them too much, you'll explode basically, but it doesn't do that much damage to make you not want to stop using them. The only one that has uh, ah ooh okay. And then if you use too many Umbral spells, you get Frostbitten, which is basically like this game's version of Bleed, but it also halves how much stamina you have. Yeah, it's Dark Souls 2 Bleed. That's what That's what frostbite is. I'm gonna go see what Tony's doing. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna fight another boss, but it's one of the bosses that gets turned into an enemy later. So you could probably watch this one and not really get spoiled. It it's a lady with a you remember the hat? Have you ever heard of the game Blasphemous? Okay, well she wears a this character, she's like a lady that's like got no clothes on, but she has like a weird pointy metal hat on, and she uses a flail. That's what this boss looks like. And in Blasphemous, you play as a guy who has a weird. You play as a knight who has a weird pointy hat on.
I suppose with threat of death from you. You know, not knowing. I know. Yes, but you won't.
It's a pretty good game. You could probably play it on the PS4 just fine. Yeah, me too. What? No, you might be hearing the sound of a hammer being worked on in Tony's game. The blacksmith noises. Yeah, look at my game, and you'll see what my what her helmet looked like. Because I just got it and I put it on. It's really funny. Do I? It's better than what I was wearing. A lot. lot better, actually. Yeah, there's these little... That was an explosion. You can hear my controller vibrating? Yeah, in Umbral there are these little red things on the walls that explode if you hit them. Also in Umbral, there's eyes everywhere that watch you. Shara Ishvalda moment. I know, it's an optical illusion. I love that monster. I'm gonna be completely honest. She has a little scrunkle face. And demon cute sometimes. You should see how Tony you should see how Tony drew her. It would change your mind. I don't know exactly where the image is, but he drew Shara Ishvalda a while ago, and it was the cutest thing ever. Let me see if I can find it. I would if that game had more character slots than one. Let me see if I can find the image Tony drew of Shara. Shara moment. I'm looking for the image of Shara Ishvalda Tony drew. It's just a little cute image of Shara Ishvalda. I did find another image that is really funny. I'll send it to you after I find the image I'm looking for, though. Posted it. I was looking through me and Tony's old Discord conversations for the image. I saw a selfie of myself with my old hairstyle. I was like, oh jeez, oh no. I used to have really short hair. Yeah, my hair like goes down to my shoulders now. I really cannot find the image. You don't New Game Plus stuff? The only Dark Souls game I think is really worth it to go into New Game Plus in is uh is Dark Souls 2, since that game actually changes stuff. Bloodborne changes stuff when you go into New Game Plus.
I already had 3.5, so rest of yours.
Hey Tony, do you know what that image of Sharish Valda you drew is?
I don't really preserve my art that well.
You don't know, Tony?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm trying to find it. Because Allie says Sharish Valda is ugly.
Well, she is mean and lame.
Did you hear that, Allie? Tony just called you mean.
They remember the sponges. They were at Aldi's. I should have told your dad before they left. Freaking, if you want to pay me back for that PlayStation, just get us a few chocolate bars.
Yeah.
Because they got a few chocolate bars, but they just did the normal 3 milk, 3 freaking dark chocolate. I don't even like dark chocolate anymore. So if one of those is for us, then I don't know. I don't really like dark chocolate.
Man, that is pookie pookie. You sent a pookie pookie image. No, I still like the monster. It's just I look at Pookie Pookie. I'm like, oh, that's such a cute monster. And then the second thing my brain goes to is that. And it's just like, ah, yes, nothing will ever be the same. I know. It would be pretty cool to do a Shoryuken input, and then I just do the Shoryugeki. I will say switch skills were an interesting idea, but like, yeah. I one thing I missed. Yeah, alchemy style was so good. I mained alchemy style switch axe and sword and shield. I personally think it's one of the best combinations. But the thing is, I'm also doing all the alchemy stuff at the same time. But then, I will say, alchemy style switch axe is really cool because of the whole press single button to instantly switch between types. Yeah, switch axe is really cool. I think it's like X becomes axe attacks and A becomes sword attacks, and you just switch between them. Like hop on GU and try it out. You'll see for yourself. It's really cool. All I'll say is that it's really cool and it's really. You should. The call should probably end and you should take a nap. You just said you were exhausted. So take a nap. So you're not gonna sleep for days, perhaps, is what you're saying. Uh, Allie, look at the screen. You see how Cosmo has a beard? He no longer does. See? He also doesn't have hair. This helmet, this hat makes you shave your beard and hair. I don't know why, but I always notice stuff like that because for some reason I always stop my character and just look very close at them. Like I'm the type of person that like positions his camera so that I can see inside the weapon. Also, next time you're like making a chalice dungeon, position the camera so that you can look into the character's hand, and you'll see that your weapon gets your weapon gets stored in your hand as a microscopic version of itself. That whenever your weapon isn't on your character's person, that's where it gets stored, and it's really funny. I'm pretty sure that's how they do it in all Souls games, because as you know, Bloodborne uses like the exact same engine as like Dark Souls 1, just slightly altered. So like technically they all run off the Demon Souls engine. Except Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2, I think it runs on the same engine, but there's like a lot of differences. Which, you can see it by just looking at the game. Really now. Did you like? Are you talking about the Bone Ash hat? It's very strange. There's a helmet in Lords of the Fallen that just removes the top of your head when you wear it. If you look at the, I don't know, because like it covers the top of your head, but if you like position your character right and like look under their face, you'll see that their eyeballs are just kind of floating because the top of their head is gone. I think it's kind of just funny how companies will try to get away with like it's just fun. It's a very funny way of doing it. Is what I'm saying. The what? The con. Do you know what that word means? Do you know the constip? Do you know what constipated means? One of them is my mana. I don't know. They didn't want to. They didn't want to completely rip off Dark Souls. Also, you can switch out your spells whenever you want. You can equip them like you can equip items. You can. Oh yeah, because Bloodborne uses items. Do you want to know something? Oh, yeah, Ali. The arcane stuff is so good. Like, I haven't had as much fun in that game as I did when I made my 99 arcane build. And let me tell you something about the game. I literally played, the only thing I played on my PS4 for like an entire year and a half was Bloodborne, up until Dark Souls 3 came out. So that's probably one of the reasons why I love Bloodborne as much as I do. Like, for an entire year, I only played Bloodborne, and I loved every moment of it. Good. And Lords of the Fallen? Yeah, it takes a lot to stagger shit in this game. Like, you won't stagger things reliably unless you're using, like, a great sword. Like an ultra great sword. It is a little annoying. I think that could be worked on a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not the one making the game. Yeah, while you're jumping, you press X. It's a really weird setup. You press X while running to jump. I don't know. I mean, not every game can be designed like Elden Ring, where you can have a jump button and it won't completely break progression in most areas. Like, the only place I know about, like, the only place I really know about in not Bloodborne, Elden Ring, where you can legit, like, actually break progression via jumping is fucking the castle, Stormvale Castle. you can like you can skip from like halfway to immediately at the end if you jump right once you get to the top of that one tower. Huh. Like straight up to where you fight Godric. I do it in the area before the birds. I jump off and onto like a little building, and then I just roll into the courtyard where all the enemies are, and just roll past them until I get into the midway bonfire where like mis where the like the misbegotten, not the misbegotten, the omen, the man with the omen cleaver is. So right here, see where I am in the game? So at this bonfire, it's called the bell room in the bonfire selection menu. So there's a very easy soul form you can do here. From here, all you do is run past this guy, he'll do a charge attack at you, and then go to the side, and he'll kill himself. It's very easy. You get 500 every single time you kill him. And it's a mage. He's just standing there. I think he's supposed to. I think when you're lower down the level, yeah, like when you're like right there in that area, he's supposed to like shoot at you with spells. But since I'm right here, it kind of doesn't really matter. No, he's an enemy. Also, if you unequip any weapon, wait, am I? Is it one-handed right now? Yeah, one-handed. So you run past the guy with no weapon equipped, then you zip to the side like normal, and then you can do that. Yeah, it's really funny. Like it sends almost everything. Yeah, it's the Andre drop kick, and it's really funny. It has unreasonable reach too. That's a okay. So how souls work in this game is that when you kill an enemy, they literally drop their souls, and you have to walk over and pick them up. Yeah, you get used to it. It is just like Hollow Knight. Oh yeah, I got the bucket. You can do a super punch as your alternate heavy, since this game has heavy attacks and alternate heavy attacks. No, it just uses a lot of stamina. Alternate heavy attacks, they just use a lot of stamina and lock you in place for longer, but they do a lot more. Huh? Well, it's only It's if you have okay, so if you have a spell, like if you have a catalyst equipped, like I do, you have FP. But if you unequip it, you get the throwing hand, which switches you to an ammunition meter. And ammunition, like literally, you have access to so many types of range options in this game. Like if you unequip your ranged option, you get your throwing hand, which you can get throwing items, which means you can throw stuff like knives, javelins, fucking. You get a throwing hammer in the game that is really good. And then, of course, it would be a little difficult because you'd have to manage your ammunition. But I can show you one thing I'm doing with a Strong Caleb, my Strong Caleb character, that is extremely potent. I'm glad I can actually show you this like directly because it's really funny. So in this game, you can get rings that make it so that when you're using one type of status buildup, you build up another type of status as well. So if I equip one of the rings that do that, the Bloodbang ring, which the Bloodbang ring makes it so that when you do poison buildup, you build up bleed. I can take it and use it with this one bomb you get that makes it so that you do, it's like a poison cloud bomb, and look what happens when I throw it at this enemy. Watch his health. He's poisoned, and now he's bleeding. And now he's dead. It's like you called it, it's literally a mustard gas bomb. And it only costs 2 ammunition, which makes it literally like one of the best throwing items in the game. Yeah, that guy can throw holy spells at you. Do it. Throw a holy spell at me. I will, actually. I will throw mustard gas at him. Why did it explode down there? You just bitch slap me? I'm gonna throw mustard gas at this guy. It doesn't explode on him. It literally does not want me to. It's like I throw it at him. Okay, so I'll have to do it. Okay, there's another. He's not powerful enough for the other bomb that builds poison, though. There's 2 bombs that build poison in this game. There's the Forsaken Grenade, which makes a gas cloud, and then there's the Snake Oil Grenade, which, when you throw it at an enemy, it covers them in poison, which slowly builds poison on them, but it also makes them take more physical damage. And then there's let me just show you a bunch of the throwing weapons, because they're all really good. There's this one I was telling you about, the Umbral Burrower, which you throw it at an enemy and their health just starts going away. His health is just white now. It's Pestilent Mist with an extra step. Yeah, it's funny. And then if you poison that enemy, they immediately just lose all that health. Because how wither damage works in this game is that wither damage makes a certain portion of the enemy's health turn white, and then any non-wither damage you do after that will take all that health away. So, like, watch this. I'm going to throw Umbral Burrower at him, and then I can just run up and kick, and he's dead instantly. This game is really funny. Cursed Effigy is pretty good. You just throw it at the ground, and it gives you more stamina regen. It's basically fucking... It's literally just like the Power Within, but just the it's the stamina regen of Power Within, but instant. And you throw it at the ground, and it literally just makes your stamina recover super fucking fast. And if you throw it at an enemy, it slowly builds up. It builds up burn. Yeah, it's on. Dude's on fire. Yeah, Bert. What, the enemy's health bar? Yeah. Oh, and then there's the Accusing Spirit, which is pretty interesting. You throw it at something, and it just makes their defense and offense slower, just because you threw it at them. Like, he did barely any damage to me there. There's a spell version you can get of the Accusing Spirit, too, if you're using an Umbral build, that makes it so that you just shoot the effect at an enemy, and if you kill that enemy fast enough, that effect will jump to another enemy. And there's like an offensive version of that spell that doesn't have the debuff effect, but you will throw an Umbral Orb at an enemy, and then it'll just, if it's in a crowd, it'll just start bouncing between them, and just doing Umbral damage to everything. And sometimes if you're fighting a single enemy, it'll hit them once, loop around, and hit them again, and it's really funny. There is actually a weapon you could use for that. I have it on my first character. Let me get my first character out. There's a weapon you can use on a build like that called the No-Huta hammer, and it literally is just strength Umbral hammer. I hit continue. Of course I did. Let's try that again.
I just don't know.
Give me 1 second, Allie. I'm helping Tony with something. I'm trying to help Tony build craft because he's gotten a little bit of a block on that. Same one I'm playing right now, Lords of the Fallen. He's after okay. He's just having a little bit of a problem. He'll be. I'm trying to help him out. Like actually help him out. It's one you haven't even tried yet. How is Dream Lords of the Fallen? How does that one play? Interesting. You ever hear like a washing machine makes a noise that makes you wonder if the washing machine is gonna like explode? My washing machine just did that. It's fine, but like it always makes me feel like, Jesus Christ, do I need to like be afraid of the fucking washing machine now? I didn't let that happen. The washing machine just sounds like that. Tony wants to try axes out, but like he's also unsure. He I'm not gonna go. You will do this. That makes me feel mean whenever I do that. There is an axe you get at the start of the game called the Black Feather Axe, which is pretty okay. It's also one of the starting class weapons. So he's gonna try that out. There's another axe Yeah, I freaking love axes. The hand axe in most Dark Souls games is usually really good. Like like in Dark Souls 1, that thing is as useful as the curved swords when you buff it with like any like Dark Moon blade or lightning blade. That thing it's insane how good that thing is. It's a genuinely good weapon. The fast axe moveset in Elden Ring is actually good. Because I'm pretty sure it's a little bit faster than straight sword. But as you know, straight sword in Elden Ring is just genuinely good, which is the case with most of the games FromSoft makes. Straight swords are just good.
I did a grand axe and a normal axe. Like big grand axe on my right hand and one on the left hand, so I'm using like two axes. Also, dinner's ready. I don't have any grand axes that I want to use.
And then you could two-hand the normal axe for speed.
I was thinking about two-handing the big axe.
I'm trying to think about where you can go to get hand axe build. You'd probably just want to go either like strength or quality. Also, the call has to end. Food is ready. It was fun. Bye. for some reason watches this in the future, I'm sorry for this large amount of dead air at the bottom of this, at the end of the stream. Uh,